Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I just got out of my second watch of Spider-Man Brand New Day, and all I have to say are these two words.
Absolute cinema.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like this movie was perfect, but oh my goodness, this movie was so close to it. So happy to see Tom Holland finally get the justice that his Spider-Man deserves. Oh my goodness, it was so great. The movie was so good. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, Brand New Day takes place 4 years after No Way Home. If you didn't watch No Way Home, I don't know why you're watching this video, but No Way Home ended with the spell that erases everybody in the world's memory of Peter Parker. So in those 4 years, Spider-Man has been only living as Spider-Man and kind of putting his Peter Parker life to the side. And he's been doing an amazing job as Spider-Man, but him using Spider-Man as an escape shifts his arachnid side to try to take over his DNA, which obviously presents problems for the fella. But I am going to start this review without going over spoilers. When I get into my spoilers on the video, which we will be dibble-dabbling into, I'll make sure I put something on the screen. But make sure to leave a like on the video and let me know what you like most about Brand New Day. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is now, the main theme that I picked up on this movie is how dangerous isolation can be. A lot of people in today's society, including me, I have been a person to do this before. I kind of still do it sometimes. We need therapy. We need to get better. I have isolated myself even when I'm going through things or I have things that have really been bothering me. I tend to do things that distract me. I don't let other people know about it. I kind of just feel like I need to deal with those things on my own. Now, in the movie's case, Peter Parker is isolating himself from the real world. Other than him being in an apartment complex, he doesn't really interact with anybody. He doesn't go out of his way to make friends. All he focuses on is being the best Spider-Man that he can be. In the movie, you see that he's using that as a coping mechanism to get away from his Peter Parker side, because everything in his real life is just so tragic from what he's been through from the last movie. Now, a lot of people like myself are gonna like in this movie how he is in the mask majority of the movie, but I feel like that kind of symbolizes him as a character hiding behind the mask, because this Peter Parker feels at his most comfortable when he's Spider-Man, not when he's Peter Parker. And the whole thing with his powers kind of trying to take over his body, this is his sign that how he's been isolating himself and really only focusing on his escape, which is Spider-Man, is harming him. And what I really like about how they handle his powers in this movie, his powers are kind of like when he focuses too much on them, the powers are like amplified. This is almost the direct opposite of Spider-Man 2. Now, I think that's kind of the main thing that the movie's trying to tell us, is to never stay too isolated and always try to form some type of community or be a part of other people. Don't do anything alone, especially when you don't have to. Another thing I think that the movie tries to tell the audience is there's always a way to find a balance. Now, for example, in the movie, one thing that I really liked that they did were the side characters, specifically Punisher and Hulk. A lot of people just thought this was going to be a cameo fest, but bro, Punisher and Hulk both served an actual purpose to Peter Parker in the movie. Now, if y'all don't know Punisher, no. Wait. Punisher is far too gone. Punisher has completely gave in to all of the grief, all of the anger. He's let all of it overtake him, and he just lets it run through him all the time. Hate to say it, he's way past saving, but he kind of represents Spider-Man if he didn't really fight his arachnid side trying to take over his body, if he just lets it take control of him. He even tells him in the movie he doesn't know why he's trying to fight it. He was asking, why are you trying to contain it? Now, Bruce Banner as the Hulk is on the other side of that coin, that's trying to contain the anger and the grief and everything from taking over him. Bruce Banner literally said that this can be really dangerous, this could be harmful. But them two in the movie were kind of two sides to a coin of letting things overtake you and trying to contain them too much, and I feel like they leave a lot of room for Peter in this movie to come to a middle ground out of both of those. I don't know if that makes sense or if you think I'm yapping, but I feel like I'm spitting here. But you guys let me know if you caught on to any themes in the movie, if you think there's anything that I missed or I just didn't mention. These are just the main ones that I really focused on. Now, here are all my positives for this movie, and there is going to be a lot of them. This will be the bulk of the video. First things first, I'm glazing hard. This is by far the best action in any Spider-Man movie. The best action that I've seen in an MCU movie in general in a while. Destin Daniel Cretton, the director, and freaking Jackie Chan, who's Jackie Chan? Jackie Chan's stunt team, they literally all said that they took inspiration from the Insomniac video games, and it just oozes throughout the whole movie. The action, it literally feels like the video game just interpreted into a movie. We have never seen Spider-Man move like this in anything live action, and I hate to say it, but the John Watts trilogy, bro, they could have never done no shit like this. Spider-Man was boxing with ninjas, he was doing finishing moves on people, he was flipping, he was doing a bunch of dodging bullets and all kinds of stuff. The choreography in this was amazing. I was so happy with it. Every single action scene in this movie is the most entertaining a Spider-Man action scene has been. Like, it doesn't get better than this right here. The CGI in some of those action scenes too, but the CGI was pretty good, at least for recent Marvel, which isn't really saying too much. I mean, there's still some scenes where it's like, yeah, that's clearly CGI. I'll say that this movie does a really, really good job with the CGI, but Amazing Spider-Man 2, it still got that for the best CGI in a Spider-Man movie. I don't know if anything's going to top that at this point, and it's crazy because that movie is so old at this point. But anyway, the next thing I really liked, this movie had an amazing supporting cast, bro. My clear standouts were Jon Bernthal and Zendaya as MJ, and obviously him as Punisher. I don't know how, but Zendaya in this movie as MJ, first of all, boy, I think she is the most likable that she's been in any of the MCU movies. Her and Tom's chemistry in this movie was amazing, and it's crazy because in this movie, the characters don't even know each other. I wasn't really a super huge fan of it in the old movies. It was okay in No Way Home, but I feel like he kind of developed his feelings for her mostly off screen. Like in Homecoming, she was just there. By the time it got to Far From Home, he had a crush on her, was gonna ask her out. And we're just like, oh, okay. But in this movie, these people have serious chemistry. You could see how they can get together. And she's still the same character from the Home trilogy, just grown up. Like, she's not super obnoxious with her theories and always saying stuff like real crazy stuff like she used to, but she does still make those comments that you can see that it's still the same MJ. But I really liked her in this movie. And also Jon Bernthal's Punisher. Now, I love the Punisher in Daredevil. I've watched all of Daredevil, and I've watched all the seasons of the Punisher TV show, which a lot of people have not watched. If you guys really like Punisher in this movie, y'all should go back and watch Daredevil and Punisher. If you just want to watch Punisher, fine. But I always say Daredevil too, because Daredevil's gas. But Punisher in this movie is still the same Punisher. They didn't really MCUify him, if that makes sense. You know, sometimes you see a serious character in an MCU project, and now they're just the goofiest thing known to man. He's still the exact same guy he is in any other iteration. I just think now that he's interacting with a guy like Spider-Man, this is like the playful banter that we usually see between him and Daredevil, was just a bunch of arguing about their morals. That's a lot of the time what it is. They're always arguing, and he's even doing that with Spider-Man. But I think now, just because it's Spider-Man, it's funny. Like, it's hilarious every single time they're on screen together. They're always arguing. But you see they end up kind of becoming friends, which is hilarious because I don't think Punisher would say he's friends with Daredevil after all of their interactions. But every scene with Spider-Man and Punisher was extremely entertaining, and I was happy with how they did him justice. Another thing I really liked in this movie was the cinematography. Oh my gosh. This is one of the, well, by far the best looking Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. I'm not going to say this is just the best looking Spider-Man movie in general, but there are a lot of shots in this movie where I was like, oh my god, that looks really good. Or the lighting is really bouncing off the suit, and the suit looks amazing right here. There were a lot of creative shots too, and it was just really exciting to see. I'm not a John Watts hater, bro. I promise I'm not, but his movies just did not have this type of flair, this type of style. They just didn't. They really didn't. But there were so many shots on this movie that could legit be a poster, and I may get one of those posters. One of my favorite shots from the movie, for one of my favorite scenes in the movie, which I'm going to talk about when we get into spoilers, was from the scene where Peter and MJ were on the top of that building, and it was nighttime, and it was around that red light from that big sign on the building. Bro, the red light reflecting on that Spider-Man suit. First of all, that Spider-Man suit is beautiful. This is one of the best Spider-Man suits in live action. This might be top 2, definitely top 3, but top 2 if not number 1. But anyway, cinematography was great. I'm getting distracted. The movie was also very comic booky. They had a lot of rogue gallery characters showing up in the beginning montage. Now, I feel like a lot of things got cut from the movie, which they already said that a lot of things did actually get cut. I feel like the montage was supposed to be a lot longer, but it was still cool seeing Spider-Man fight very comic booky villains like freaking Tarantula. He was also fighting Boomerang and Ramrod at one point. He fought freaking Tombstone, which I'm actually mad that he wasn't in the movie a little more. Obviously, he fought Scorpion too. He wasn't in the movie that much either, but he was in more than everybody else in the montage. But I still wanted to see more of Scorpion. He was in a lot of the promotional stuff. I thought he was going to play a bigger role, but he didn't. But it was cool seeing him actually fight some of his own villains. This movie also has some of the most emotional Spider-Man moments that I think we've gotten across all of the Spider-Verse films. Not Spider-Verse, but all the Spider-Man movies in general. I'm not going to spoil anything right now, but all of the scenes with Peter and MJ that got kind of serious, yo, heartstrings were pulled. When he saw what he saw, well, this was in the trailer, when he saw MJ kiss her current boyfriend, yo, it was so sad. It was heartbreaking, and I felt so bad for poor little Peter Parker. But again, back to what I said earlier about the suit, this is again a top 2 suit for me. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 has always been my favorite Spider-Man suit ever. But I'm not gonna lie, guys, this suit right here, this brand new day suit, this is kind of taking it from me, bro. It's looking kind of sexy. This is everything right about a Spider-Man suit, bro. He looks like he's ripped straight out of the page. The eyes aren't super big, which I don't feel like they need to be super big, but it's taking everything good about the prior live action suits and they're just putting them to one. They got the Tom Holland lenses, and you can even see his eyes through the suit on so many shots. And bro, every scene where I could see his eyes through the suit, bro, oh my goodness, I was losing my mind. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever, to see him acting in his suit and being able to see his eyes through the lenses. I thought that was the coolest shit ever. But alright guys, now for my cons of the movie. The movie was not perfect. The first thing that I'm gonna decide to complain about were the trailers. Now obviously it is not required to watch the trailers of a movie, but me, I hate to say it, I'm a trailer watcher. I watch all the trailers that come out. The trailers showed way too much. I think this is just a Marvel problem in general. There's this one scene in the trailers that, I mean, if you've seen a Spider-Man trailer for Brand New Day, you know what I'm talking about. It's specifically with the web thing that he does when he's fighting the Hand, and he does this little web thing that gets all of them caught up in the webs. That is like such a pivotal moment of the movie. It would have been 10 times better if I hadn't seen it yet. And there's also other things like parts of the Hulk fight, funny scenes that happen with him and Punisher, stuff that happens with MJ. They just show a lot in the trailers. And I'm not saying that it ruined the movie, but some parts I was like, wow, I really wish I didn't see that already in the trailers. But again, that's my fault. I can avoid the trailers, but by nature, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. Another one of my cons is I really wish that we got more of a day-to-day of what Peter Parker's life actually looks like now when he's not Spider-Man. Now, we saw that he got the attic, so I guess he got the loaf for his apartment or whatever. But now that we see the apartment fixed up and he's living in it, dude got a treadmill, dude got a whole computer setup where he can see what's going on crime-wise in the city, and he made this AI and all this stuff.
Buddy, how the fuck are you paying rent?
Are you buying this stuff, or are you dumpster diving again? Like, I just want to see what Peter Parker is doing. Did he somehow get life insurance benefit from Aunt May, even though Peter Parker doesn't really exist anymore? Like, did that still apply to the account connected? Like, what's up? I do feel like, though, he is working at Delmar's little deli shop, because he did wear a shirt where it said Delmar's Deli, and bro, what kind of deli is selling merch? Like, I'm assuming he's working there. And for my last con of the movie, this is going to be a spoiler, so if you don't want to see any spoilers, leave a like and come back later once you finish the movie. But I'm not gonna lie, guys, I am not the biggest fan of Jean Grey being the main villain of this movie. Now, as you know, Jean Grey, at least not yet, she's not a straight villain. She's kind of just the antagonist of the movie. That's a better word to use. Now, I like Jean Grey being introduced in this movie because the X-Men are coming. We've been being told that the X-Men are coming for a long time. She fits in very well as the villain because she's also a mirror of Peter if he let the anger and sadness take control of him when he lost Aunt May, because she is that's kind of happening to her. That stuff is overtaking her after the loss of her sister. But there are just some things that Jean Grey does in this movie. It's just some real evil shit, man. Like, she does a lot of crazy things. Like, I came off of my second watch of this movie. My first watch, I realized it too, but I was like, wow, this bitch is dropping a lot of bodies. Like, she is killing a lot of people, bro. Not only the movie starts with the tank scene, she's literally driving over freaking cop cars, running into cars, all of this stuff, crashing into buildings. Spider-Man's trying to stop her, and I'm like, yo, what is going on? And then she's taking control of people and making them shoot each other. And this is one scene that was so evil. She took control of this old man that was literally mid-shift. He was working. And she backed him up into the street. And the dude just got slapped by a taxi. Like, it's no way he survived that. And I know she's like the villain of the movie. She's not inherently good yet. But like, this really, I actually kind of like how it sets up the X-Men, because this is a real reason for people to not like mutants. She really is giving people a reason. I'm not a super huge X-Men fan. I've watched the movies, I've read a few comics here and there, but usually like it's completely unfair to the X-Men. It's not always like somebody did something super vile and now we hate all of them. In this instance, when all the other mutants come around, it's gonna be fair and it's gonna be warranted because Jean was on some bullshit. And she was really redeemed at the end, but again, this is Jean Grey as the main villain to a Spider-Man movie. I'm very tired of Spider-Man's movies not getting Spider-Man fucking villains. And I know the underlying villain of the movie was really just damage control, but I feel like that's more set up because they kind of just escaped after all that stuff happened with Jean Grey. Yeah, man, I wasn't crazy about her being the villain, especially because it was mad obvious too. So it was a secret because they didn't really nothing confirmed came out, but everybody knew it was Jean Grey. But I still think everything handled with Jean Grey was really good. Sadie Sink was amazing in this movie. She was another standout in the movie. Every scene that she was in, she was stealing it. She was really good. But yeah, those are all my cons on the movie. It's not a lot of them, and none of them are really drastic. But now I want to talk about my favorite parts of the movie, bro. Now, this might be sick that this is my favorite part of the movie, but bro, the MJ Hezzy. That's what we're gonna call this. The MJ Hezzy. Yo, if you watch this movie, there's a scene where Spider-Man and MJ are on the top of a building. I was talking about it earlier. It's nighttime. The lighting's amazing. It's this red sign that's beating on the Spider-Man suit. It's beautiful. He's talking to MJ, and MJ's kind of telling him that she's been losing her mind. She's had so many gaps in her memory regarding Spider-Man. And she's like, you would know what's going on with this. And they start talking, and Spider-Man's like, I don't know what you're talking about. They end up kissing. And Spider-Man thinks that she regains all of her memories back because she's like, oh my gosh, Peter? And he's crying, they're hugging, and bro, then she gives him this look. She gives him the look of death while she's hugging him. And then she says, hold her, Peter. And bro, Jean, this is what I'm saying. Jean Grey, I'm supposed to believe that you're going to be a hero at some point? This is evil. She was taking control of MJ's body and she acted like she remembered Peter and she kissed him. She sexually assaulted the man. And then after that had the audacity to say, you'd be shocked. It's crazy. You are not in this girl's mind at all. And then proceeds to try to kill her. She made her jump off of a freaking building. And it was so crazy because people in my theater, when the kiss was happening, they were like, oh my gosh, yes, she got her memories back. And I'm over here on my first watch, I'm like, oh my god, I know they're not about to do it like this, bro. This would be the stupidest shit ever, really. The true love's first kiss is gonna break the spell. Are we serious? Are we acting like this is Disney? Even though it kind of is Disney. But I loved that 180 because everybody in my theater just gasped. And I was like, yes, this is sick. I love it. Oh, Peter's gonna suffer. But it was just so sick. But I really liked how they did that scene, especially with Zendaya's acting. And obviously everybody's gonna say they love this scene, both of these scenes, the fight scenes with the Hulk and versus the Hand. Now I'm unclear on how the Hand is in this movie. I know the Hand was technically, I think, taken down, if I'm not mistaken, in Defenders. And from what I can see from the movie, I feel like this is the descendants of the Hand because all of them look a little younger and there's not that many of them either. So I don't know if this is just a new Hand group now or the Hand just never was completely dealt with. But I'm kind of thinking the Hand wasn't completely dealt with because even in the intro of this movie, we're told that Spider-Man took down the Hand, which is also insane. Daredevil, that's your job, bro. What's going on? But both of those fight scenes were amazing, bro. During the Hulk fight scene, there was a chase scene in a hallway and Spider-Man was just flipping up and down from the ceiling to the wall to the floor, and he was just trying to web up Hulk to slow him down, and the camera was just constantly spinning, and it was so slick, bro. And then it was another scene versus the Hand where Spider-Man, I think, jumped onto the ceiling and the camera flipped upside down, so we were from his point of view now, and it was so cool how they did. The choreography was great. It was so good seeing the Hulk like that again. It's literally been almost 10 years since we've seen our actual Hulk. It's really sad. We need a solo Hulk film. Marvel, y'all need to figure y'all shit out. And during that Hand fight scene too, after Peter got done getting his ass beat, bro, he had to take off his mask because he was choking on his own blood. Now, I don't get off from seeing Spider-Man suffer too much, but I like seeing a brutal Spider-Man. I like seeing him get into these brutal fights. Bro, seeing him take down the Hand the way that he did, blood all over his face, using freaking web ultimates, bro. This is the coldest thing we have ever seen as Spider-Man doing live action, bro. I think that web scene at the end is up there with the train scene in Spider-Man. Now, I'm not saying the impact is the same, but I'm saying just the coolness of what's going on. Best moments from a Spider-Man. I think out of all these live action movies, it goes the final swing with all three Spider-Men and No Way Home. That's definitely number one. I don't care what anybody says. Then it's the train sequence in Spider-Man 2. At number 3, I am putting this, the end with the webs, with him fully embracing his powers, learning how to control them. Bro, that was so cool, and I just hope in the future we can see like more web constructs like he's done in the video games, where he can like form a web to almost use it like a punch. I don't know if I'm making sense. I'll put pictures up to kind of explain what I'm trying to describe. There's also a move in Marvel Rivals that might be a more realistic way of doing it, where it's just like a small cover that he puts on his fist while he's punching somebody, instead of using a web to literally become a huge fist. That's too Kamala Khan-y. Nah. But I also like the Scorpion fight a lot too, because him and Scorpion were really boxing. I wish we would have saw more of him and Scorpion fighting in general, bro. Oh my goodness, it infuriates me that we don't see him fighting more of his own villains. But you know what? Whatever, it's okay. It is okay. Now, I really want to end this video talking about theories. I want to start doing this when I watch Marvel movies in general. At the end of each video, I want to start going into theories or possible theories that we're thinking. If you have any, leave it down below in the comments. My theory walking out of this movie: did Jean Grey's control over like that portion in New York that also affected Ned and MJ, did that somewhat weaken the spell that was over them? Now, a lot of people I saw on Twitter were focusing on MJ crying. People were saying maybe this was like her remembering some of the memories with Peter or something like that, because she's the only person that they show that's kind of reacting at all physically to what's going on. And the whole thing with Ned and the handshake at the end and him remembering that he's Peter, I wouldn't hate it if it kind of weakened the spell a little bit, because it could get around it by saying Jean Grey's powers unlocking this part of their brain that was covered by the spell. They could do that. She's a mutant. I mean, I guess mutants weren't taken account before when the spell was made. Plus, Ned ends up remembering the handshake, which also could have just been muscle memory. And MJ, we see her at their old hangout spot on top of their school, playing with the necklace that Peter gave him. Now, I really want more clarity on where he is with his friends, or like where they are, or what they know. I'm feeling like most likely what they're gonna do is they don't really remember. I don't think it loosened up the spell. I'm thinking more that they're trying. She's probably connected the dots that this necklace that she can't remember getting was from him. And the thing with Ned, I'm just gonna think that whole handshake thing was just off of muscle memory, and him saying Peter is him realizing that Peter that MJ was calling out to when Spider-Man left. He's connecting the dots that Peter is Spider-Man. So I think over the course of these next few movies, if we do get a next few movies, he's just gonna continue to rebuild their relationship, and they're his homies, so everything's gonna go fine most likely. But this movie for me, I rated a 9 out of 10. It wasn't perfect, but this is as close to perfect as I think we needed from a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, bro. This was amazing. I think this rivals some of the best MCU films in general, definitely of the most recent ones, and this is definitely top 3 if not top 2 of live action Spider-Mans. This is up there with Spider-Man 2, bro. I don't know if it's better. I'm not gonna say it's better because it might be recency bias, but this one was really, really good. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate anybody that made it this far into the video and listening to me yet, because I tend to do that. I tend to do that a lot. But y'all let me know if it's any other movies y'all want me to review or watch, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Call me old-fashioned. I wouldn't want my girlfriend getting swung around by Spider-Man.
It's not old-fashioned.
That's just me.
It's not old-fashioned because it is Spider-Man. Dude, that was fire.
It was good.
Yeah,
You liked it?
Yeah.
It was good. It was long.
I didn't want it to stop. That was a great Spider-Man.
And hey, what was up with MJ?
I don't get what you mean. But she killed it.
Yeah, she was cheating on her boyfriend the whole movie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Kinda
She didn't know who he was.
Kind of weird.
I mean,
No, call me crazy. My girlfriend tells me she's getting swung around by Peter Parker. I'm gonna have something to say about that. Just me?
I mean, I see what you're getting at.
She lets him swing her around. What else is she letting him do? Then the imagination starts going.
You in his shoes.
Dude,
you
finish
versus.
up. Finish up. Let's go.
I'd be cool with my girlfriend getting swung around by Spider-Man.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Plus, it wasn't part of the movie.
It starts with
I don't
swinging.
care.
Then they go on to third base.
This isn't
Next
part of
thing
the
you know,
movie.
they got a spider baby.